just give us a sense of how yesterday went then.
I took a big breath of relief at the end of the game. It was a good day, but a stressful day. I have no nails left.
I'm assuming you found this coaching lack to be quite nervy, is it?
Yeah, obviously it's a massive adjustment moving from player to coach. And yesterday was probably one of the most challenging days in my coaching career to date, but really enjoyable, to be able to come back from behind. It's frustrating though, because of all the things we've put together on the training park the weeks before running into that game. They didn't come off in the second half, but really pleasing that we've got a group of girls that did sort of buy in together to show character, to come from behind and digging deep to do it tough, but get the win in the end.
And give us a sense of how big an achievement it is just to get this far, given the challenges that all sides have had to overcome this year.
Yeah, it's been, we spoke to the girls as a group about adaptability being key, and those that overcome and adapt the things that are thrown at us with COVID, with just a change in day-to-day sort of routine for everyone. I guess a little bit when we first started back, it's been massively different, and they've had some disruption in terms of, I were off on maternity for a little bit, and the twins held down the fort and were amazing. So we've had a lot of disruption, but the girls have been, second to none in just keeping the head down and just getting on with the job at hand. So they've been really good, and we're looking forward to having just reward by being able to play in a final at Headingley, which couldn't be set up any better.
Have you learnt more about the girls because it's been through such adversity, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've all learned a lot about each other, to be quite honest. Obviously, they've seen a little bit of a different side to me as a coach. I think, Danica turned around to me yesterday on the coach on the way home and said, I don't know, you didn't lose your rag with us big time at half time. And I said, well, if you knew that I were going to lose my rag, it wouldn't have fulfilled you with confidence for the second half, would it? I said, but we did have a few yeah, I was to the point with them, but didn't lose my rag. So yeah, I think we've learned a lot about each other, and the girls have got a lot closer. And you've probably got to remember that we've got a lot of new girls in our squad. There's a big group of that squad that played yesterday and have played throughout the season, that are in their first year, either coming through our academy or have come through on a trial block. So we've done really well, and I think they've learned a lot about each other, but they've also gelled really well and tried off field when they've been able to get to know each other a bit better.
You obviously wanted to win the semi-final, but how much of an extra motivation was it to get to a grand final at Headingley?
Oh, massively. Obviously, because of COVID and the things that have been going on, it's been difficult to be up at Headingley. We are able to train there sometimes, but with red zones and COVID, have been really, really careful in making sure that the games that are televised in the men's league season can go ahead. We've not been up there much. And because of the layoff before that with COVID, we probably haven't been up there for a good 18 months, 2 years, just given the sort of weird, bizarre time we've been in. So Thursday we had our team run there, and there's a lot going on at the stadium that the girls hadn't seen with the redevelopment. So, to be walking down the tunnel and see all the amazing stuff that the club have put into it and made sure that the women are an integral part of that, I think were just an absolute extra motivation for them, giving them that little buzz, and probably one of the reasons that allowed them to dig deep in that second half, knowing that they would be going home to Headingley if we got the result and got the win.
How much does it tilt the final in your favour, do you think?
I don't think it does. I think it's really nice for us to be there, but it is a home advantage. So I've already been told we won't be in the home changing rooms because obviously Saints finished top, so we'll be in the away changing rooms. But to play at Headingley, I think for Saints they'll be taking it as a massive boost anyway, as we're playing at one of the best stadiums in the world, never mind the UK. So for both sets of players to be playing at Headingley, it's just a massive motivation anyway. But obviously, I'm hoping that we can pack some Leeds Rhinos fans in and hear them very, very loudly from the sidelines, and that'll be that extra motivation for the girls.
Talking of motivation, do you owe Saints one for that Challenge Cup semi-final?
Not half. You know what, the halftime team talk wasn't too dissimilar to yesterday, given the fact of how poorly we played in the first half and what the scoreline reflected. We were well in that game at halftime in the semi-final, but that should hopefully be a lot of motivation, and the girls have got that feeling on the back of that loss that we had to not want to feel that way at the end of a grand final. And I'm sure anyone will agree, whether it's a fan or a player or a coach, it's a long time to wait if you're losing the grand final. So we've just got to make sure that we've got that in the back of our minds, and really, really look forward to doing a job.
Just a couple of last points from me. What would it mean to that group to win it on the 10th?
I think it'll be absolutely massive. I think at the club there's been a lot that's gone on over the past sort of couple of years, and we know we're a big part of that, and there's a lot of pride associated with it. But the girls that we've got, they've bought in a lot this year, and even over lockdown, they've just turned up, and we've done it tough this year. We've got a lot of injuries, some long-term ones, and it'll mean a lot for those players on the sideline as well. So we know that we're playing for each other on the field, the girls on the sideline, and everyone that's just backed us, whether that be at the club, whether that be fans or our families at home. So I think it'd be well deserved. At the end of the whistle, if we get that victory, because they've bought in so much, and it's a unique group of players, and we're looking forward to the next 2 weeks in training and just getting out there on the 10th. I don't think there's any sort of better showcase for the women's game, but also any better occasion for any player out there in the women's game.
Finally, lastly for me, just a word on Fran, who's obviously on the Woman of Steel shortlist. What would be your pitch as to why she should win it?
Look, she's I put on a card that I gave to her yesterday. Just play with that flair that you've got. Fran's a player that you will always want to watch. You'll be never bored watching her. So anyone that comes down to Emerald Headingley on the 10th, it'll have already been announced by then, and hopefully Fran is the winner of that. But you just love to watch her. You just watch her and think, she doesn't even look like she's running fast. How has she scored that? She's effortless in everything that she does, and she's not really trained. I taught her in about, year 8 at Bentham Park when she was at high school, and you knew that she was going to be doing something special all the way back then. And it's just a pleasure to see it now, and a pleasure to coach her. But yeah, she's outstanding. She does things that you don't think she should be able to do, and she's got a very, very mature head on a young set of shoulders. But it's always just exciting to watch play, and she's outstanding. So hopefully she picks up the accolades.
Let's hope so. Well done. Thanks, Lois. Good luck on the 10th.
Cheers.